What's going on, people? How you doing? This is TK coming at you. This is my little personal video blog. I kind of use it like a diary, but it's self-therapy because it helps me express in video format. And then not many people respond to these videos, but so what? It's self-therapy because it helps me mentally stay on track. Or maybe it's just mentally me staying together. Whatever. You express things openly because you want to appeal to people who may feel the same way, and then you hope that you're not the only person in the world that feels the way you feel at the time you express whatever the hell you express. So it is a form of self-therapy, in spite of the fact that I get like 2 views on the damn video. But today, I'm really stressed. I'm thinking about what it takes to make it, and what do you have to do to be successful. And sometimes we're all clueless. We're clueless in terms of what else we need to do or what we're doing wrong. But then I noticed that a lot of people are just comfortable in life with doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody has a goal. Not everybody wants to achieve more than what they have right now, or accomplish something beyond what somebody else says is possible. You know what I mean? Not all of us are striving for goals and have ambitions beyond what other people say is our limit. Right now I'm trying to find a way to earn income outside of my job. I really want to build a residual income that has nothing to do with some company paying me to work 12 hours a day, freaking 5 days a week. So that's something that's, it's not easy to do. It's not something that, obviously, I haven't been successful at it. The one thing that I have to pay me in residual income is my Bitcoin mining. And mining is not something that people really look at. A lot of people in Bitcoin don't look at mining as a substantial way to participate in the industry. But Bitcoin mining is residual until the last Bitcoin is mined. So my problem is that I don't have a lot of money to put into Bitcoin investment. So when I do make investments, they're small because I don't get paid a lot, or I don't have a lot to allocate into investing. So whenever I try to make progress, it's a small payment towards, a big goal. Right now, I think I'm at 50 terahash per second in my mining power, and you really need to be double that, around 100 terahash per second, before you see any resemblance of a decent payout. So, in order to get to that level, I have to scale, and my scale is slow because I have small payments to make towards that goal. And that is reflective of pretty much all the investments that I make. When you have a little bit, you have to scale over time. And I think a lot of people are not consistent enough to scale up an investment over time because, we live in a microwave society where we want to see results now. We don't have a 5-year outlook where if you're consistent over 5 years, eventually you get to scale. So it's frustrating because you don't see any results from the little bit of money that you put into your investment, and you're damn sure not able to make bigger inclusion type decisions. For me, this whole game is about having the ability to make bigger decisions, having the ability to set my own time schedule. That's the only thing that's important to me. I look at this game as, let me find a way to generate an income that has nothing to do with a company, and then allows me to make bigger economic decisions than what other people can make, and then also let me be able to dictate my own schedule. I work 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. And most of us have financial obligations that keep us just over broke or just under broke, meaning that whatever you make at work goes to the cost of living, and it doesn't go towards spendable income that you can invest in something that possibly could bring a return, or money that you can allocate so that your money gets a job and works smarter for you. None of that really happens to the average person. I mean, people, that's what I meant when I reference people are comfortable with where they are and what they're doing, you know. And if you pretty much live check to check, you're not spending $100 on something that could bring forth a return. You're not investing $25 into something that could help you in the future, you know. And a lot of us don't even think about that. So when I have a little bit of money to put towards something, I do. And because it's a small amount, I don't really see the results that I'm looking for. And that's what I meant in terms of building over time and scaling, and then having the discipline to continue to scale, even though you're only spending a little bit of money every time you spend it. You know, a little $100 here, a little $100 there is what you're putting towards your future, you know, when you would invest money in things that could bring back a return. But I keep doing it because, you know, I think if you quit, you're definitely going to get zero. You're definitely going to have no results because you're not putting any effort toward anything that could possibly benefit you. So you lose if you quit. So you definitely keep investing a little $100 here, a little $100 there, and you keep building. But it's frustrating because you don't really see any returns on that little $100. You know what I'm saying? You know that you are doing something smart financially because you're investing in your future. But when you don't really see any returns and a lot of time goes by and you're still standing still, or you feel like you're standing still, it gets frustrating. You know, my astrological sign is Aquarius. So whenever I feel like I'm standing still, it frustrates me and it depresses me because my sign is water. So water flowing and moving forward makes me feel good spiritually. You know, as a core to my personality, I feel better when things are progressing. Even if it's slow progress, if I can see it, I feel like I'm moving forward and I'm doing something that is rewarding. But when I feel like I'm standing still, you know, stagnant water tends to dry up and die. And that's how I feel spiritually when I'm standing still. I feel like, you know, why am I here? What's the purpose of life? What am I supposed to be doing? You know, and a lot of people don't think about these type things. You know, when you interact with other human beings, you find out that they are goalless, or you find out that they're complacent, or you find out that they're not unhappy with their current position, or they're not striving for something beyond the moment in time that they are right now. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things that pressure me, because sometimes I feel the vice grips of standing still, and then depression kicks in, and I feel like, you know, not in terms of being weak or not in terms of quitting, it's just in terms of I do feel pressure of not accomplishing goals and not seeing any forward momentum. And then I question, like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What am I not doing? What the fuck am I supposed to be doing in terms of why am I here? You know, I think a lot of people live an unfulfilled life of mediocrity and they're okay with it. You know, people don't question why they're here. They don't question what the fuck they're supposed to be doing or what they can contribute to life. You know, but I actually have those thoughts, and I think about adding to instead of taking away. I think about what level of creativity can I contribute so that other people can be helped. And if you contribute something to life that is beneficial and aids someone other than yourself, it's a lot more rewarding than just being that selfish bastard that takes from everything and everybody around you. And this is not a trait that I see in a lot of other human beings around me. I don't see a community approach. I don't see a add to life mentality or a approach or going about life in a way in which we creatively add something positive that has some influence and has some benefits to somebody else. So sometimes you're in a situation where, if that's how you feel, you're struggling because you don't know what the fuck to do. You don't know how to contribute or what to contribute, or even how to position yourself effectively so that you're even a part of something bigger than yourself. You know, there's very few people on this planet that contribute to life and add something beneficial. You know, if you point those human beings out on one fucking hand, you can see the standout individuals that added something to life. You know, they contributed a contribution, and that contribution was influential to other people because of how it made their life easier, added a convenience, or even just allowed them to do things more efficiently. So why is it that so many human beings are mediocre and don't fucking think about that? Don't even care about that. You know what I'm saying? We have so many leeches that just suck the life out of you and take. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, lazy is the new black. Somebody will put a gun to your head and take what you have before they're fucking willing to go work for the same damn thing that they're putting a gun to your head to take. You know, I said that in 1,000 other posts where I angrily respond to references that I keep seeing played out throughout life, where people aggressively steal and take from other people because they accomplished something that that person wasn't able to accomplish. So if we're all trying to accomplish, obviously we're not, but if we're all lusting and desiring more than what we have, where's the separation? Or how does the separation play out in individuality, where somebody is willing to fucking harm you to take what you accomplished, as opposed to figuring out ways to accomplish the same fucking thing in their own efforts and desire and energy? So somebody will violently take my accomplishments because they won't work for their own fucking accomplishments. They like what they see in my life, and they're willing to harm me in order to get it, instead of coming up with their own energy, their own creativity, and working it out for themselves in terms of accomplishing the same fucking thing that they like, that they see me have. So it's very angrily emotions that stir up in my spirit when I see other human beings take from other people when they're too fucking lazy to work for the same fucking thing that they're negatively and violently taking from somebody else. And this is what we see all throughout life. You know what I'm saying? If you see this video on YouTube or Facebook, you might be that person that is willing to put a gun to somebody's head and take, instead of trying to discover ways to create what you want in life and somehow accomplish your fucking goals by your damn self. You know, the other thing I see, and I talk about this a lot, is that people won't work together to accomplish goals. And all of us are going at it alone and trying to fucking figure out this clueless matrix in terms of how we get to point A to point B. Unity doesn't exist. So we live in a very negative paradigm. We live in a world where sickness is plaguing a lot of human beings. You know what I'm saying? Sickness is a common trait that plagues a lot of human beings, and there aren't very many positive, bootstrap, entrepreneurial, creative, add type people where you add to life instead of taking away. So this video might not touch your spirit. It might not even fucking matter to you. So as you scroll past it, just realize that you can decide what side of the fence you want to be on, the blood-sucking vampire or the few people that fucking add to life, create things, and make other people's life better by the type of creation that they bring forth, by the type of goals that they strive to get, by the type of example and the life that they lead. You know, I said this in a Facebook post before. I said, what do you leave behind when your time is up? And one person responded and said legacy. And then another person on the flip side of the coin said DNA. So it just goes to show you that we have two types of people on this planet. We have negative vampires who are leeches that just figure out how to take from other people. And then we have people who actually try to figure out what it takes to accomplish goals. What is it that I need to do in order to get beyond the mediocrity and the limitations that I'm currently in? And that process of figuring out is not easy. That process is fucking hard when you're doing it all by yourself and people aren't even willing to join with you in unity to say you have some good ideas, let's work together. So I don't know how this video is going to touch you. It's self-therapy for me because my frustrations are vented in my video blogs. But I'm definitely telling the viewers that you can decide what type of person you want to be. You can decide what side of that coin you want to live on. You know what I'm saying? You either are a devilish, vampirish leech, or you are a person that tries to figure it out, tries to accomplish goals and get to that point of success, but doing it in a way in which whatever you want in life, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you used your mind and you used your work ethic and you fucking got there. You know what I'm saying? And of course that's what I'm trying to do. But sometimes I get frustrated in my limitations and my barriers and haven't figured out how to fucking accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? We all know what we want in life. It's just that some of us are willing to take it from somebody else instead of working for it.